EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between our visitors and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome, everybody, again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin and CD. We've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking...
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
On 1st and 10, Brown. And incomplete to open things up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off play action. Brown. Thrown across his body and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Aftershocks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the defense. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive, and of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. He'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schmidt. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Off the bootleg. Brown. He finds his man complete. That's Page. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now Brown on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Page. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Here's Brown. Off play action. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to get it back here just past the 35. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Schmidt. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. On On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far. And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Up the middle they go. Page. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. We'll try and keep you updated there, as well as the other spots around the league as we move past the halfway point this week in the NFL season. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's now a very explosive pass in succession, north of 20 yards.
This is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is now 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Brown off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Schmidt.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Aftershocks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
fielded just outside the goal line.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw on third down, Brown. He's going to try and go deep again. And he bats it away. First down, incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Hands it off out of the gun. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Complete to number 13. 2 yards.
Here's 2nd and 8. His throw incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Fielded at the 20.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
95 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. Conversion successful.
For them here in the first half, pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Schmidt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Aftershocks are an extra point away from going up by 40.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. A 10-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Brown now throwing on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Page. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. He finds his man complete. That's Knight. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Ravens trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Saints looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. The Texans trying to hold on and claim victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw. This is intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Brown. And this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Page. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brown. He finds his man, complete. That's Page. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now Brown, off play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
They'll try the left side. Page. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Brown. He finds his man. Complete. It's Knight.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Back to throw. Brown. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. He hit his first. This one from 38. And his kick here is good. They'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll set up a throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And touchdown. A big play there. 74 yards.
And the Aftershocks have got it on cruise control.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something.
And he coughed it up. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him. Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Jaguars back with it on offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Here's Brown on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Knight.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Brown looking to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Brown now on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Knight.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake. Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Brown. Got his man complete. And it's a fumble. It's going the other way. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And on now is the punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. A very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive. Brown can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Brown.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 3rd and 4 now. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now Brown throwing on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Here's Brown. On 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Page.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Back to throw again. incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He finds his man, complete. That's Knight.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Number 49. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Knight.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. They'll get that 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now here's a throw that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. On second down, they'll run it here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Hey, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A gain of 2, just like we saw on first and second down as well. Deuce is wild. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for our visitors,
They moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory.
and they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.